Omoya Ensensem. Davis Opoku Mensa, or honorable MP for Kwewu Imprayeso.
Okay.
My unim say or no
OPK.
Yes, OPK.
Okay.
Or no ewo team unim the team no.
Oh, Bryan Acheampong.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Team BA. Bryan Acheampong PhD. Wa being say ja. In the ma any honorable OPK in Kasama, honorable Akwa Banet saying
Obi. Na Obi and I was in Boka.
Adain.
Edini Davis ansa Opoku.
Anya Opoku ansa.
Enye Mensa.
Oh no meka Mensa. Hey, facha me pacho. We dey facha me. Facha me pa honorable we dey facha me. Say bibia boko there.
Oh bibia boko Obi. Yesu adom ti Yesu bibia boko.
Na Sisiano, can you confirm say Honorable Dr. Bryan Acheampong say party ABA nominations are obefa the form a contested to become flag bearer na
Yo, the didn't kind Maminda was the bill Quenya or their mammy. Missa and that Ghana for you said woman Quenya Muti. Obi, Sanya Kayan, I can confidently tell you that when you may have done na party be nomination. Dr. Bryan Acheampong, the forms no contested to lead the MPP as its flag bearer and also to win the MPP power in 2028. So that confirmation I can give you.
In the Onono, he will not just become a flag bearer, but he will become a flag bearer, will be winning power, I'm a party, no?
Yes, I mean that is assurance that the tickets no brings on board. So, with Bryan Acheampong looking at the attributes and how I am in your there's some level of assurance. The assurance is that it's going to be a one-touch victory. It's not going to be a story of Kufo Komienu, Akufo Addo Komiensa, Timamenko. It's a one-touch victory with the candidature of Bryan Acheampong, and I think that is what is resonating well with the party, the youthfulness, the level of experience in terms of governance, the business acumen, and it's something that is resonating with the rank and file of the party. And Sensei is a candidate that brings some unity in the party, is a candidate that can unite everybody behind him to win 2028. I think it's a huge trump card for him. The party people are yearning and willing to receive him anywhere he goes.
There are some questions around the candidature, and me busa na fe where you are now. Number one, and it's the last person to become president on the ticket of the MPP, and another than Akufo-Addo.
Yeah,
he is from the Eastern region. Do you think so the party would want to bring another person from the Eastern region?
Well, Obi, I think it's about competence. It's about Ghana as one entity. I think, per your analogy, the last flag bearer of the MPP is not from Eastern region. The last flag bearer of the MPP is from Northeast region. His Excellency Dr. Bawumia.
Yes.
The last president until Bryan becomes president of the Republic of Ghana is not from Eastern region. The last president is from Savannah region. And arguably people will say he's from the north. So he's not from Eastern region. Dr. John Dramani Mahama is not from Eastern region. He's from the north. And so for all the two issues that we have raised, one with the MPP flag bearership and also with the presidency, it's not about said the person is from the Eastern region. Of course, it is not about where the person comes from, but it's about the person's appeal, the person's likability, how Ghana for Gina to normal to Abamano. And only here, Sabio Ubiko no koto petrol or channel pa or Missassa fuel pump attendant or free water region and also free Western region and also free. But just to debunk that propaganda, the last flag bearer of the NPP is not from Eastern region, and the sitting president of Ghana is also not from Eastern region. All of that from the north.
Very well. The other thing, so because in a party as big as the NPP, there are certainly influential people within the party. Some of these influential people can be national executives, they can be regional executives, they can be constituency, they can be DCs, and our former DCs, they can be members of parliament. And because members of parliament was such a huge influence in the party, ama getting them to align with you with your vision really positive for the optics, for influence at the grassroots. NBBR. Honorable Bryan Acheampong is an MP. Wow, wouldn't make us say so a member of parliament. We've seen MPs aligning. And we heard 60 of your colleagues could throw a support behind the former vice president, former flag bearer. Yehu say bimunsu di Honorable Kennedy akomprekwe Japan echi. Do we have some of you supporting Bryan Acheampong so?
Well, the reality is that MPs are so influential. I mean, when it comes to the politics of MPP or the politics of Ghana. For instance, if you were to come to Mpraiso and you would want to underestimate the influence of OPK in Mpraiso, it would have certain consequences and all of that. And MPs are very, very important. That said, let us also not lose sight of the fact that as MPP MPs, one of our primary objectives is to unite the party at all times. Intimity, Ochina said, Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia etunsa frame, semimranifia, I will go. Sana Honorable Kennedy Japan tunsa frame, semimranifia, I will go. I think what happened yesterday was an invitation to members of parliament. And of course, a former flag bearer of the party, a former vice president of the Republic of Ghana, when he invites any MP, the MPs are supposed to be there. I mean, I'm sure if Canada Japan invites members of parliament to come to his house, you're going to see near 88 members of parliament appearing in Canada Japan's house. Same with Bryan Acheampong and same with any other person who wants to contest. But what is important, and I think I need to point out, is that yesterday where there were MPs who went to His Excellency Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia's office, and right after the place, they came to have lunch in Bryan Acheampong's office. I mean, about 12 of them, they came to have lunch in Bryan Acheampong's office. Now,
from Yene Honorable Amprechum, Asante Mampong MP.
Yes.
Apparently, Onona Odio Menimua or they won't call Dr. Bawumia ho. Minini in common or say any invite from Dr. Baba more MPs no voluntarily and a sorry course or could throw more support behind him.
That is not the case. It is not the case. Some MPs were called, and I can mention names of MPs who were called and could not make it. But the reality is that
now only a why more no see a moment me make it.
For instance, Asene Akroso MP, Georgia Boaji Oluwa, Yetonsa Freno, but now I busy or baby, and to went to me uncle. But it doesn't mean what disrespect His Excellency Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. But you see, the point is that
now one Casanova Freo.
Baby, I'm framing, but of course, you calls, baby, you get calls, some of them you pick, some of them you don't pick. But I'm saying, when I get calls from an elder of the party, a senior member of this party, a former vice president, I mean, I have no business to say that I won't go. I'm sure when Bryan Acheampong is invited, he will go, unless the person is out of the jurisdiction or the person is a bit busy. But you see, this numbers game is a 60, it is a 67, it is a 26, and then Canada Japan over 50, and Canada Japan 50 plus 67, Okambo Mukrana, the 88 number na your parliament. What is of utmost importance and great concern to the Bryan Acheampong campaign, and of course to every member of parliament, is how we are able to regain our glory back. This is a party that had 169 seats in parliament just a while ago. You lose why the Ababe drew 88. We should be worried. Say in about over 180 something constituencies across Ghana, MPP do not have members of parliament. And that for me is a concern. How we are able to get the numbers to influence policy. And then parliament Obi. When the policy comes or a decision comes from government, all we do is to contribute on the floor. But when it comes to decision making, how we are able to influence that policy, members of parliament don't have that right. Because as a party, we seem to be losing it. 169, we came to 138, and we are in 88. As a party, we should look at our numbers in terms of presidential. We are MPP about 41%. That is the warrior, the grassroots boy now, or what do the war like the cuckoo, the war wale no. Those are his concerns. How the party is able to win these seats so that we can have a formidable representation in parliament and influence decision making. That is the utmost concern to everybody. So this numbers game, Obi, is not helping anybody. I can tell you that Honorable Acheampong met with former MMDCs. There was a publication said, okay, so this number of MMDCs have endorsed Acheampong. That may not be the case. But the reality, the concern, I will say here, party Nibia or Ghana, we are MP, we are non-MP, we are. Once you are a member of the party, say, how do we regain our lost glory? 41% is akin to Real Madrid, or Spanish Football League more. So your Football League, now Real Madrid, a place fit on the Liga. What matters is that the coach, and as the manager of Real Madrid, the next moment will be sacked. So we need to look for a manager who can place MPP from that seat on the league table to the first on the league table. That's what we are looking for. Yeah. We need people who can move us from 88 to, let's say, 150 to 160 to 180 to be influencing decisions. And that's why a lot of people are not so fancy about this numbers game. We see me 50, we see me 66, Okambomwa, a bro, number of 6 cry or parliament.
But now we can be said, Omufri Bawumia office hono. Imube 12 by Bryan Hobe have a lunch.
Yes.
No, why no.
Oh, I would not want to mention names. I don't think I have their permission to be mentioning names. But you see, Obi, these are our colleagues. Maybe a member of parliament. Bryan or a member of parliament. These are people we sit in the same chamber with. These are people, friends that we sit, we support each other and all of that. They see Bryan as their brother, they see Bryan as their colleague, and we don't need to mobilize them and take pictures and put it out there and create an impression that 80 of the 88 MPs are supporting Bryan. No, that's not what matters. What matters is that Bryan emerged as a leader who can mobilize this 88 to move into the 188 80 plus constituencies, any MPP members of parliament, and whip a support base of the party, to ensure that we get more seats in parliament. What is important is that they have seen in Bryan Acheampong as a leader who can lead them to ensure a one-touch victory, a victory in 2028, which is non-negotiable. That is what they have seen in Bryan Acheampong. They have seen in Bryan Acheampong as a leader who garners that governance experience, who has that youthful exuberance, who has that youthful vibe, who is able to appeal to the young people of this country. That is what they have seen in Bryan Acheampong. And that is what should matter to every MPP person in Ghana. That is what is going to lead Bryan to win in the next presidential primaries, and inshallah, make him the president of the Republic of Ghana.
Honorable, my nase, meaning say, Muntimin discuss more strategies, abontin, Sanka, Mebusa, say, and they are Ibisia MPs, Ibisia former MMDCs, no Musia Haimo.
Oh, for instance, a beto just say Bryan Beshia former MMDCs. Nyami Aduma weekend, the Beshia former MMDCs. From next week, Bryan is going to make it very clear to Ghanaians his desire, is ready to lead the MPP to victory and to lead MPP to win a one-touch victory in Ghana. After that, Obi, we'll roll out our strategies, we'll roll out our plans, and make it known to Ghanaians. But what I can assure you is that he's in there, is a very decisive leader, is a focused leader, youth-driven, and ready to marshal all the forces, the Kennedy Acheampong camp, the Bawumia camp, and any other camp, to ensure that we win in 2028. So he's the candidate that everybody is willing to come and help when he wins. And so if you are MPP, let's go for the unifier, the man who can unite the base of the party and ensure say all this acrimony with who are coming in, and that is why people are yearning for Bryan Acheampong and are calling on him to contest. And inshallah, from next week, he's going to make it very clear why he wants to lead Ghana and why he wants to be the president of the Republic of Ghana.
Honorable Mayena say Bibiania Yebesan Swaba Bedin Komobio. Why? Medasepa. The Honorable Davis Ansa Opoku, or a MP from Prayeso constituency in the Eastern region, and Moten and Kano.